Welcome to LobbyComply Pod from State and Federal Communications, your source for lobbying, compliance, ethics, campaign finance, and election news from across the country. I'm John Sponarelli. Arizona voters approved a campaign finance ballot measure requiring disclosure of original campaign donors. Proposition 211 requires that anyone making independent expenditures of more than $50,000 on a statewide campaign or $25,000 on a local campaign must disclose the names of the money's original sources if the contribution was for $5,000 or more. Organizations that fail to disclose would face a fine equal to the amount contributed or up to 3 times that amount. Proposition 211 applies to corporations, nonprofit groups, and charities that currently are not required to disclose the names of the people who give money to political campaigns that the organization backs. Also in Arizona, voters approved a constitutional amendment creating the position of lieutenant governor. Under Proposition 131, the lieutenant governor would be elected on a joint ticket with the governor and would succeed the governor in case of a vacancy. Arizona was one of 5 states without a lieutenant governor position. Voters in Nevada have passed ballot question 3, which establishes open top 5 primaries and ranked choice voting for all congressional, gubernatorial, state official, and state legislative elections. An open primary is a nonpartisan primary from which the top 5 candidates, regardless of party, are sent to the general election. Ranked choice voting allows people to vote for multiple candidates for each office, ranked in order of their preference. Once the votes are tallied, if no candidate wins the majority vote, the lower performing candidates are eliminated until a clear winner is produced. Kentucky voters defeated Constitutional Amendment 1, which would have permitted the Senate President and House Speaker to jointly call special sessions of the legislature lasting up to 12 days annually. Currently, only the governor can call a special session. The amendment would have also removed specific legislation session end dates from the Constitution and instead limit sessions to 30 legislative days in odd-numbered years and 60 legislative days in even-numbered years. Michigan voters overwhelmingly passed Proposal 1, a constitutional amendment requiring disclosures and modifying term limits with 66% voting yes and 34% voting no. The proposal amends Section 10 of Article 4 of the Michigan Constitution to require each member of the legislature, the governor, the lieutenant governor, the secretary of state, and the attorney general to electronically file an annual financial disclosure report by April 15, 2024, and annually thereafter. The reports must include gifts, travel payments and reimbursements, and payments to a charity in lieu of honoraria made by a lobbyist or lobbyist agent. The amendment also modifies term limits in Section 54 of Article 4 of the Michigan Constitution to prohibit anyone from elected as a state representative or senator for terms or partial terms that combine total more than 12 years. This limitation does not prohibit a person elected to the office of state senator in 2022 from being elected to that office for the 3 times permitted at the time the person became a candidate for that office. Portland, Maine voters passed 7 of 13 ballot questions, including measures to establish a clean elections program, ranked choice voting, an ethics commission, and a code of ethics. The new campaign finance rules prohibit corporate contributions to candidates for city office and prohibit ballot question contributions or expenditures from any entity under foreign influence. The city will use a proportional ranked choice voting method for elections in which more than one person is to be elected to a single office. City Council will form an independent ethics commission and then adopt a code of ethics as recommended by the commission. And finally, Missouri voters were overwhelmingly against holding a constitutional convention. The question automatically appears on the ballot every 20 years. 67% voted against holding a convention to revise and amend the Constitution, while only 32% voted in favor of holding a convention.
Thanks for listening to LobbyComply Pod from State and Federal Communications. For more news, visit LobbyComply.com. To learn more about how we can guide you along the road to compliance, visit stateandfed.com. LobbyComply Pod is produced by Peter Kiris, Joe May, and John Sponarelli.